Nisha Chakraborty, and today I'll be discussing about defense mechanism. So I will start with giving a very basic overview on defense mechanism. So what is defense mechanism? Defense mechanism is unconscious psychological response that people use to protect themselves from feeling of anxiety, threats to self-esteem, and things or situations they don't want to think about or deal with. Defense mechanism was first described by Sigmund Freud in his psychoanalytic theory. It is also known as adjustment mechanism or ego defense mechanism. So according to Freud, defense mechanism protects our conscious mind from contradiction between animalistic ID and idealistic superego. He said that our mind is made up of three components: the id, ego, and superego. Id is the very basic needs, impulses, and desires. It acts as a hedonistic pleasure center whose primary goal is to fulfill the basic needs and impulses. The second is ego. Ego is responsible for how we react to function in and make sense of the external world. It controls the demands of the impulses of the id and is home to our consciousness. The third is superego. The superego houses all the rules that we have learned throughout our life and uses these to control the ego. The superego is also home to the expectations of the ego, that is, how we should behave and think. Ideally, the id, ego, and the superego interact in concert and harmoniously. People often use these mechanisms when their self-concept or self-esteem are challenged. Anna Freud defined this mechanism as unconscious resources used by the ego to decrease internal stress ultimately. People often devise these mechanisms to reduce the conflict within themselves, especially between superego and id. Anna Freud in 20th century stated 10 major defense mechanisms. They include denial, repression, displacement, projection, reaction formation, regression, rationalization, sublimation, dissociation, and avoidance. The first one is denial. Denial is the most common form of defense mechanism. In denial, when the situation gets too much to handle, one cope it by refusing to accept it. By refusing the reality, you are essentially protecting yourself from having to face or deal with the unpleasant consequences or the pain that accompanies the acceptance. For example, a smoker denies to accept the negative health consequences so he can continue smoking. The second is repression. There is a fine line between repression and denial when it comes to defense mechanism. Denial involves outright refusal of a given reality, whereas repression involves completely forgetting about the experience. With repression, our mind makes the decision to bury the experience in our subconscious to prevent painful, disturbing, or dangerous thoughts from entering our awareness. For example, an adult completely forgets about his abusive childhood to maintain the illusion of a healthy and functional family. The functional unit remains intact, but the adult faces depression without knowing why. The third is displacement. Displacement involves transferring of your emotions from the person or situation that is the target of your frustration to someone or something else completely. Subconscious, you believe that if you confront your situation, then it may become dangerous, or so you decide to transfer your emotions to something else that is less intimidating or dangerous. Fourth is projection. In projection, we project our feelings onto others. Suppose in a social gathering where you are unable to connect with others, you will feel anxious and nervous. So in projection, you will feel that suddenly others are staring at you in a judgmental way. We project our feelings, shortcomings, and unpleasant impulses onto others. Instead of looking inwards, we blame the external events or people for how we are feeling. The fifth one is reaction formation. In reaction formation, we go beyond denial, where we behave exactly the opposite way of how we think or feel. For example, you do not like a person, you despise them, yet you behave politely with them, you help them when they are in need, you look after them. So that is reaction formation. The sixth one is regression. Regression causes to revert to a younger level of development and less demanding behavior as a way of protecting yourself from confronting the actual situation. For example, when a situation gets stressful, suddenly a person starts to behave in a very childish manner by throwing tantrums, then giving a cold shoulder to the other person. These are few actions of regression. Seventh one is rationalization. In rationalization, we try to rationalize our bad behaviors, unpleasant behavior in a very rational way. For example, when you are asked to do a job, even after saying repeatedly you are not doing it, and instead you are saying that you didn't do that, that is why I won't do this. So these are the actions of rationalization. The eighth one is sublimation, where you transform your conflicted emotions, unmet desires, and unacceptable impulse into productive outlet. For example, after a very stressful work in the office, you go for a long run to cool off, or you go out and sit in the open air to make your mind calm. So this is sublimation. The ninth one is dissociation. It centers around escapism, where you mentally detach yourself from the environment to distance yourself from the overwhelming situation. And the 10th one is avoidance. In avoidance, you completely avoid the stressful situation, so you don't have to deal with the situation, so you avoid it. So these are the 10 major defense mechanism which was stated by Anna Freud. So this was all about today. Thank you so much for watching.